All right, it is time now once again for the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. My name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short. And as always, who is this incredible, amazing, beautiful, kind, caring, and sweet lady to my right?
Well, I am the woman that is lucky enough to be your girlfriend.
Wow.
My name's Ledgerwood.
You're talking very softly.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm just calm, you know?
You're in a cool, calm, and collected mood, right, baby?
Very zen right now.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. This is episode number 34, and today we're going to be talking about outsmarting the chaos, the positivity algorithm. One more time. Episode number 34 of the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast is about outsmarting the chaos, the positivity algorithm. Before we get to that, as always, we love to start things off here by sharing with you folks how the past week has been here at the GNA, our organization, which is short for Genuine Networking Association. My love, it's been another very interesting but very, very, very productive week for us, huh?
It's always very productive. We maintain to stay very busy, and you know, we have our priorities and we just get things done. And it keeps us busy, but you know what? It works out for us in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're like in a short and sweet mood today, huh?
Possibly, yeah.
We need to fill in 2 hours of content, baby, so I hope you start talking more.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for you to throw it over to me about my week.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Let's do that right now.
All right. Well, my week.
How's your week gone, baby?
My week has gone great. I really have gotten into, I actually made a very big, like, what would you say, revelation.
A breakthrough?
Okay. With something, how I'm going to approach things in my life. And it was really cool because on Friday I had acupuncture. I don't know if any of y'all have had acupuncture. It's so interesting.
It is.
And it actually does work. Now, my first session, I'll be honest and say I really didn't feel too much relief. But this last session, where he really concentrated on these muscles surrounding the areas of my shoulder, boy, oh boy, like it was good. But for 2 days, I was sore in those muscles because when you have the acupuncture, it like hits nerves that make your muscles like contract and stuff. So yeah, so it was a little sore, but that just means it's working. So you got to just take a little pain in order to get a little gain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but other than that, great week, just very zen, you know, just had a few great conversations with friends, and, you know, it's just really been a chill week.
Absolutely. And I wanted to mention that you've got the best acupuncture doctor on the planet.
Oh, yes.
This guy, you know, you actually don't need, I believe, a doctorate to do acupuncture, but some of them become doctors. You just need to be licensed and trained to do it. But this doctor, as part of the Palo Alto Medical Foundation that we belong to, Sutter Health, he is more knowledgeable on acupuncture than anyone else. And if you don't know, acupuncture is based off of Chinese medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe our doctor is Chinese. He's a
wonderful. Yes, he got his first degree in Bangkok.
Yeah.
That's where he grew up.
Yeah, we looked into it, and he is just very quick, very polite, knows exactly what he's doing, And
he gets in there fast, sets it up for you. You stay in there for a half hour. Eli decided to look up like what acupuncture does for a person.
mm-hmm.
And then we just literally talked for 30 minutes about how interesting and how successful this acupuncturist. He is literally the only one in the San Francisco Bay Area that is, and he's the best. Like, he books out months and months.
Like 4 to 6 months in advance. So Dawn was initially waiting for her first.
Actually, it was 8 months, the initial one.
Oh, it was 8 months. Dawn waited a while for her first appointment, and it's a total of 4 appointments, 4 treatments. She just got number 2. Next week, we're going back for number 3, and I think the following week is number 4. And it's amazing, huh?
Yeah, it really is. It is. I mean, I did have to take a pain reliever that night, but I believe at the end of the course, I'm not going to have to do that. My muscles are not going to stiffen as much.
Right. And, acupuncture is considered more of a holistic approach to relieving pain and stuff like that. What I love about, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, Sutter Health, that we're a part of out here, we're very fortunate to have very good health care here in the San Francisco Bay Area where Dawn and I live, is that a lot of their doctors take the holistic approach. If medicine isn't necessary, we can find alternative ways to heal patients.
Oh, yeah, because any doctor could have just gave me a prescription for like Flexerol or any other muscle relaxer.
Right.
And just just threw it away like, oh, well, she'll be fine now. No, these doctors at Palo Alto Medical Foundation, they want to find what's causing the pain.
Right. They want to get to the root of the problem.
The root of the problem, so I don't have to just be on medications my whole life. And in fact, my pulmonologist brought that up. He put the whole list of my medications. And besides the vitamins, I think there was still another good, 10 actual medications. And now we're actually starting to reduce them and titrate me off.
Absolutely.
And you got to titrate off every medication.
Absolutely. You got to do it the right way.
So they're starting to titrate me down on some of the mood stabilizers, some of the other medications, and just incorporate more vitamins, minerals to make my body do it naturally.
I've got to say, you look amazing.
Thank
Your
you.
transformation amazes me each and every week, each and every day.
I appreciate you saying that.
And, I'm blown away. And I've always loved you, but your attitude has gotten so much better. And I'm saying that in a respectful way. I'm not trying to be critical. But your whole demeanor has changed, and it's actually gone back to who you always have been. We all go through things in life, and it affects our attitudes. It affects our health. It affects everything, right?
Yeah, it does.
And just seeing this transformation, when we compare it to over 3 years ago, and you were creating content with me on YouTube, not right away. We've been together a little over 4 years, but about 6 months after we got together, you started creating content with me without showing your face or using your name.
And then once I moved in.
Yeah, 6 months after that, about 3 years ago, you started showing your face, using your real name, and people got to see what you were going through back then and where you're at now. And you want to know something? As how do I say this the right way? As much as we may not want people to see that, it's actually a good thing because they're seeing the transformation in real time.
And it could give them inspiration and show them that they could do the same thing.
Exactly.
Whether it's going through, like I did, I went through that disease process with alcoholism, which really broke my body down. Now that that's not an issue, my body is self-repairing with assistance from my doctors. And I've never felt this good, besides maybe in my early 20s. I remember I was the most patient, kind, loving person.
Sweet.
And as I
And
got
sweet, right?
Yeah, it's very sweet and
Mhm,
generous.
And innocent, right? Innocent.
Oh, honey, I haven't been innocent since high school.
But I was saying back then you were innocent.
Not since high school.
Okay, I'll let that one go. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but I was absolutely a different person back then.
Yeah.
And one thing, I was one time babysitting my best friend's daughter. And this is before I had my daughter. And my mom just watched me on the couch with her. And she goes, "Oh my God, you're going to be an amazingly patient mother."
Mhm.
And I said, "Okay." And then you know what? She was right. I had a lot of patience. That patience wore down during alcoholism.
Well, I mean, other things happened that caused you to start drinking back then. Divorce and just dealing with a lot of BS that I still feel to this day was not your fault. Obviously, we all make mistakes. You had your share of mistakes.
It takes two to tango.
Of course.
Yeah, and I just want to say out there that there are a lot of people that want to criticize me for my drinking and want to say that stuff happened in my life because of that. But I've noticed on YouTube, a lot of people have the same disease I have. And the reason why they're lashing out is because they know they have a problem.
Well, they're doing what I've always said. They're projecting. It's a simple projection. Well, it's not simple, but it's simply stated and phrased as projection.
And you know what? You can throw all the bullets and everything about you think that I'm drinking. Well, think what you want. You are not living with me. You are not around me 24/7. You don't go out to dinner with me. You have no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just ask for you all to look in the mirror and realize you are not much different than I am.
Absolutely, baby. That's well said. Very, very well said. Anything else that you want to talk about this week?
No, because I'm excited about our topic, and I want to see what you got for me.
Okay, yeah. I chose this topic today. We chose it because
he chose it.
Uh-huh.
You chose it.
Okay, I chose the topic. I mean, we do things together. Sometimes
yes,
I choose
we
the
discussed
topic.
it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to give you some credit, baby.
I know, but it was his idea, and then we discussed it together. So sometimes I come up with certain topics, and I throw them at him, and, then we move forward from that. Then he does the same thing to me. So, that's how we roll.
Absolutely. I chose this topic because a lot of the things that I've been dealing with lately involve outrage on social media. In our case, particularly YouTube, because that's where we create and put most of our content. I mean, this podcast is on our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development, but it's also throughout the entire audio-only podcast network, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your favorite.
iHeartRadio,
right? Yeah. Amazon's Audible, YouTube's Music, and the rest of the unknown. You can do a Google search, Don and Eli Take on the World podcast, and that will link you to the audio-only version. But primarily, we're focused on YouTube. You want to say something?
Yeah, it was cool. Like the other day, I opened up iHeart just to put on some music, and it recommended our podcast. And I thought, holy moly, it's getting out there. It's finding the right algorithm, at least to find me. Because honest to God, I've never gone on and listened to our podcast on anything other than reviewing it on the YouTube where you can see us. You know what I'm saying?
But it's recommending you the audio only version is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So yeah, everything's great.
Wonderful. And so, all the outrage on YouTube has really taken a toll on me over the years. I've this past week if you haven't started following us on YouTube, make sure you go below the description of wherever you see this podcast and click the link. That'll take you to the video version of what you're listening to right now. And then you'll be on our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. And within the description of that video, of this podcast, there's a link to our secondary channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, where we go live pretty regularly. I do walks, if not every day, almost every day, Walking with Purpose streams from mobile, where, I talk about a lot of different issues and topics, and we answer questions in the chat. And over the past week, I've talked a little bit about this court case where I'm suing another YouTuber for defamation of character and malicious prosecution, abuse of process, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I only mention that because what was happening to me was this creator he basically, how to explain this the proper way? He's been using my name and likeness, using a lot of my content over the last 6+ years, and defaming my character to an audience of people that don't like me. And he's been intentionally defaming my character because that's what creates the outrage, to bring that audience of my haters back to watch his content that he does on me, and then they donate to him on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mention that because this past week, we've really started to try to diffuse and deflate the outrage. I started, I did this last year on YouTube. I'm doing it again this year, and we're on day 7. Today will be day 8. As of today, we're recording this November 9th, 2025. We record this on a Sunday, and it'll be released on, Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, throughout the entire podcast network. As of today, we're going to be on day 8 of the GNA Positivity Challenge. Again, GNA short for Genuine Networking Association. And I've just been trying to make people aware that you have choices of how you show up on social media, including YouTube or anywhere else. And you have choices on whether you want to feed the outrage or not, because the creators that are creating the outrageous content, they're doing it because they know there's an audience for it, and they know that they can make some easy money because it's a very easy and simple way to create that. It's very easy and simple to create that type of content, especially going live on YouTube, and having that live audience, and then trashing someone, defaming someone, and then the people that are in the audience don't like the person you're defaming. So when you defame them, it basically makes them feel better about themselves. So then they donate to the creator, over the defamation. And, I'm at the point where I want to really focus on promoting positivity. So I've gone, on some live stream panels, promoting this, talking with other people that are dealing with similar situations, from other YouTube creators that are using their name and likeness as content, and defaming them, and creating, again, outrageous content. And that's what needs to be stopped. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It absolutely needs to stop. It's getting outrageous.
Yeah. And, if I didn't file this lawsuit, this is a full-blown circuit civil lawsuit. If I didn't file this lawsuit, it would have continued to escalate. And since I filed the lawsuit over 3 or 4 months ago, I can't remember the exact day. It's been like 3, almost 4 months. It hasn't fully stopped. Even with the creator that I've sued, it hasn't fully stopped. But it has slowed down significantly because this is a real court case. And if these creators are going to continue to focus more on what they feel their audience wants, instead of focusing on defending themselves in the court case, obviously, when it comes time to have a hearing and this case moves forward, all of what they're doing now to try to preserve their audience by continuing to do the same things that they were sued for is going to be right in the front of the judge, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, and also, I want people out there to learn from this, learn from my experience of dealing with this. So if you're dealing with it, you know how to handle it. And if you can handle it out of court, that's great. I've tried to handle this out of court for years. But this person, that I took to court has been very unreasonable. All they've cared about is feeding their audience what they want, and then saying that, it's fair use. I can use as much of your content as I want, and, I can say whatever I want. It's First Amendment freedom of speech. Sure, you have those rights, but defamation is not covered by First Amendment rights. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between defamation of character and First Amendment free speech. So I want to help people that are going through this or may go through this down the road, learn how to better handle it. And if you can't handle it by reaching out to the creator and, asking them to stop or retracting something that's not true, right? If they're not reasonable and you've made several attempts, then you pretty much don't have any other choice. Well, you have a couple choices. You can just walk away from social media, or you can take them to court. Now, if you walk away from social media, everything is going online. All businesses are going online. The future is online, right? Pretty soon, there probably won't be any stores to walk into. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying. If someone is defaming your character on YouTube, let's say you leave YouTube, in the future, you might do something else that is online. And if you allow them to keep defaming you and leave content up that's defamatory, these people can search and find it. And these people that come across it might believe the slanderous lies that are in those videos. So you've got to take action to protect yourself. Do you agree?
That goes the same for if you are going to start something that's not on social media. You could be getting a job, something completely out of that. Mm-hmm. But how do employers now do reference checks?
They go online.
They
Google search you.
They Google search you, and mm-hmm. then you're going to find your name. Right. And they're going to find all these stories and all these lies, and that could be a determining factor if the employer doesn't even want to give you a chance to explain what happened.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And so, I've been doing whatever I can to go on some other panels, and later on this week, I'm going to try to get on some other panels on YouTube. I'm trying to reconcile with many creators on YouTube that I technically never had an issue with, but the guy that I'm suing has always followed me wherever I've gone. Like, he watches my every move, and any new community that I become a part of, let's say I share their videos or I share that I'm going on another, creators live stream panel, and it's a new community, then what happens is this guy would come in the audience, start talking smack about me, and then send his whole entire group of people, the trolls and everything, to flood that chat with hatred about me, disturbing the creators' live stream to the point of where the creators don't want me there because me being there is causing their chat a distraction. And it's not me doing that. It's this guy inciting his audience and trolls to go troll that chat. And then he tries to get on the panel to come on and further, say nasty things about me and tell people, do you know who you're dealing with here? Do you know what Eli has done? This and that. Like this guy has gone way out of his way to constantly destroy my reputation to the point of where it's been difficult to function on YouTube. But now I have flipped it. I filed the lawsuit. And now anything that he does becomes an exhibit.
Yeah.
It really does.
And if he doesn't know that, he's a clear idiot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he knows that, but I think he's trying to preserve the audience, right? So, but what I'm saying now, I'm going around and reconnecting with the same people, or they're just seeing themselves that I filed this case, and people that have gone to the court site to see this case, they have seen the difference in my filings compared to his. Mine are very professional, double spaced, the headers properly, exhibits are attached properly.
Excuse me.
And his are just very emotionally overreactive. And you can tell the difference. And so reputation is important even online. Are you okay?
Excuse me, yeah.
Reputation online is important. And I started to realize if I don't take action to stop this, then it's never going to change.
Yeah.
The people on YouTube or the internet are going to think I am exactly what this person has been amplifying in defamatory ways about me for years. Mm-hmm. And there used to be a lot more content. I've taken a lot of it down, and I've done what I can to turn this around. And it's been a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. This is exhausting. It's been an exhausting year for me in 2025, but it's been well worth it. And no one deserved this. This should have never happened in the first place, but this person decided to pick me as his target. He saw that there was an audience of people that didn't like me, and he reeled them on into his group. He created some private groups behind the scenes, like on Discord. And, he's been constantly, if not daily, almost daily, just harassing me and defaming me wherever I go on YouTube to try to connect with other creators to collaborate and grow exponentially together.
Yeah.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
And me talking about this, it's my First Amendment. He's going to probably watch this and say, the guy can't stop talking about me. No. I can stop talking about you, but this is an important situation that's still current, and it's still in progress of being fixed. My reputation has been tarnished by you, and that's why we're in court. But at the same time, I have the right to defend my reputation and my honor and my good name here. And that's not only going to take one video. That may take 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 videos to really start making an impact where people are going to see that this whole thing was all bogus just for this guy to have content to feed his audience of my haters and then monetize the defamation, of me through his audience that wants that type of content. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
And more people are beginning to realize that, and it's beginning to turn around. But it took me filing this lawsuit to change that. What are your thoughts about that real quick?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You have to take a stand to stop the madness. If you don't stop and, try to make an example of what they're doing, show everybody else the idiocracy that's going on, then it's going to continue. And it's going to be a circle and a circus. And I'm sorry, not my circus and not my monkeys.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned before, I'll say it again in this episode, because maybe someone for the first time is watching this episode and hasn't seen the past and hasn't heard the backstory, right? When we first got together, what this guy was doing was seen by your best friend, and your best friend is friends with a private investigator, and they looked into me, and the content this guy that I'm suing was creating made your friend feel I wasn't good enough or trustworthy to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be brought up in court.
Yes.
See, that right there was a telltale sign of how effectively this one person has ruined my reputation on this platform. Now he's going to flip it and say, no, you've ruined your reputation. No, I've said some things that weren't right or were done by mistake. I said some things I didn't mean. We've all said and done that. You've amplified false statements as facts about me for years and monetized it off my name and likeness to the point of where my girlfriend's friend 4 years ago was trying to tell her, watch yourself. I don't think he's the right guy for you. Like, he's done this, he's done that. Now, I've since talked with her friend, and she knows what's going on, and she's seen how well I've treated Don.
And the private investigator has investigated what's really going on.
And now the private investigator has actually looked into
what's really going on
and knows I'm a good guy. But this is all about public perception. This is about public perception. What this guy has done has ruined the public perception of me over things I've never done. All I've ever done is try to defend myself from people doing stupid things to me on the internet. And then this guy has exploited it for the last 6+ years. And that's what I've been doing this week is clearing the air and sharing with people, hey, you know what? This is all just content for outrage to make money. And we need to stop fueling this cycle. We need to stop now talking about this for educational purposes is not fueling the outrage. But see, people like this guy I'm suing is gonna put it out there as that to his audience because he needs more content to fuel that outrage, even though he knows I'm doing this to defend myself like he would be doing it in the same way if the roles were reversed.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's just doing right now what he needs for himself, but if he was in my shoes, he'd be doing exactly the same thing. And he knows it. He knows it. So yeah, this is not to feed the outrage drama. This is educational and informative.
Yes.
And if you think otherwise, then you're deciding to stay stuck in that loop of endless outrage. And until you can get past that, no one can help you or convince you otherwise.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You ready to move forward here?
Should we take my first break?
I've got do you have to?
Well, how many questions?
Well, we've been on right now for about 32 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to have a lot of questions, let me go and then I can come back and I'll have an empty bladder ready for all the questions.
Okay, let me turn off the camera here.
Okay.
Dawn is going to go take her first break. And while Dawn takes her first break,
excuse me, Buster.
Let me remind you folks one more time, if you are listening to us on the audio-only podcast networks such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, my lady's favorite, iHeartRadio. We're also on Amazon's Audible. Amazon has music and Audible. Fantastic. They're a great company too. They're all great. Okay. We're also on YouTube's Music. They have YouTube and YouTube Music. That's great. The audio-only version is on YouTube Music. The audio and video version is on YouTube, as I'm going to get to here in a second. So if you're listening to us anywhere on the audio-only podcast network and you would like to view the video version of this, which is the exact same audio with just video, we actually record this as a video, and then I rip the audio for the audio-only networks. Go in the description section of wherever you're listening to this audio only. About halfway down, you will see the link to the video version, which will lead you back to our main channel on YouTube, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. When you go there, please subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications so you don't miss anything. Also, while you're there within that video of the podcast, go in the description section. A few lines down, you will see a link to our secondary YouTube channel, which is our live streaming channel. That's GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Go there, make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications, again, so you don't miss anything. We go live there pretty regularly. I go live, if not every day, almost every day. I walk anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week. Sometimes I may take a day or two off for various reasons. It happens. But out of the 365 days out of the year, I typically walk about 340 to 350 of those days. So, you're going to get a lot of live streams there. And it's the best way to engage with me and have your questions asked regarding anything to do with personal development or self-help, personal improvement. That's what we do here at the GNA. That's what I do, and Don does, and the rest of us do. We're here to help you folks become the best version of yourselves that you can be, through personal development, self-reflection, helping you figure out what your purpose is and focusing on your purpose, for personal and professional aspects. Your purpose works hand in hand personally and professionally. And yeah, we're just here to give you the support. Sometimes you might just need to vent about something, and you might just need some emotional support. We're here to be your friends. All of our streams, you can watch them for free. Sometimes we might do some members only stuff. But most of the stuff we do is free. We are monetized on both YouTube channels. So if you do want to donate through Super Chat or PayPal or Cash App, or even if you want to just go up in the description of the audio only networks, we have our donation links there. If you want to donate, you can, but it's not necessary. We do get a little ad revenue when you watch our live streams, live or, pre-recorded or on the replay, or if you watch these pre-recorded podcasts. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to force you to buy anything. Sure, we're going to have more services to offer down the road for people that want those, but just showing up and participating on these live streams can help you, take the first step to bettering yourself and bettering your life, bettering your future. I'm just waiting for Dawn to come back in, and I think she's on her way in. I'm looking at our security cameras here, and Dawn is coming back in right now. Oh, no worries. No worries.
Find it.
I think you're good, right?
Yeah. Good, right?
Yeah.
Broad check.
Okay, let's turn the camera back on. All right. We're good. All right, so that's that.
Bring on the questions.
So I've got a bunch of questions I'm going to be asking Dawn here regarding the topic, and then we have 3 Reddit postings to get into. Right now we are at 37 minutes. But just to, segue into this, today's conversation, babe, is about something that affects all of us. The chaos of social media and how we can bring calm, joy, and meaning back into it. We're calling this one Outsmarting the Chaos, the Positivity Algorithm, because even though we can't control the platforms, we can control how we show up in them. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's always how you show up and interpret what's going on. You know,
it's about what do you want to fuel, outrage or positivity?
Exactly.
Where do you want to invest your energy and your time?
And that's
right?
why you walk in with an open mind.
And an open heart. Yeah. And an open heart, hopefully, too.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, an open heart, too. Because everybody deserves a chance to be listened and heard to. So I just think it's the best to give people that option to say what they want to say before you just become angry or, hostile or anything else.
Say what you want, but don't play games with my affection.
Say. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, you were continuing to sing Say by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah, but I was just going to say, and then let you continue.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
God rest the soul of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And Paul McCartney is just a legend.
A legend.
They're both legends. They're both legends. I just thought of that song, with you saying, say what you want, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say something or I'm giving up on you.
Oh, yeah, it's another great song. You love that song.
I love that song.
That's a very emotionally taxing song, baby.
Most of my songs are.
But you love that raw emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to feel the pain. Or not, you don't want to feel the pain, but you feel the pain of the artist that's singing the song. You feel it through their words, right?
Yeah, the story they're telling.
Their words and how they're emphasizing the words, right?
Yeah.
The tonality.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate other songs that are just fun and whatever, Boot Scoot Boogie. Yeah, that's a great one. But
Boot Scoot and Boogie,
yeah.
Brooks and Dunn.
Really? Oh, that's right. It is.
It is Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, man. You challenged me for a second in my brain.
Get down, turn around, go to town, boot, scoot, and boogie.
Yeah, I literally had a brain fog.
Then they start playing piano.
Yeah. But going on.
That piano in Boot, Scoot, and Boogie is fantastic.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But my point is that's just a fun, happy song. And it has really no meaning to the song.
Do you know what that Boot, Scoot, and Boogie piano reminds me of? Do you remember in Top Gun, Goodness Gracious, Great Balls of Fire?
Oh, yeah,
remember
by
that?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
You know, the piano in that song is fantastic.
Oh, of course.
And you had Goose and Maverick in there. I think Goose was playing the piano.
Yes.
And then they were both singing it.
We have to watch that movie.
Wasn't that where Goose's wife said, "Take me to bed or lose me for or lose me forever," or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We gotta find Top Gun in HD and watch it on one of the streaming services.
Absolutely. One of my favorite movies when I was in high school. I mean, come on.
I would if they brought back the original Top Gun and upscaled it to 4K, because the original was shot on film. Upscale it to 4K, like on the really huge screen, like in Cinemark XD. We have the 4K cinema here. It's called. We have Cinemarks. They're a major film company. I would watch that in Cinemark XD in 4K with the surround sound.
We
and all
will
that.
never watch a movie again in a movie theater without that, which makes it easier for us to decide what movies we're going to go see in the theater.
Well, we like to watch them in Cinemark XD in 4K with the D-box seats that shake right there.
I'm not going to go see something like The Notebook and get D-box seats.
And then you know what would be even cooler? If they somehow redid the original Top Gun and make it real 3D.
Yes.
So you could see those planes flying like right in front of your eyes. Wouldn't that be cool?
Or literally perpendicular to your eyes, you know?
I remember the flyby that Maverick would do.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't like that.
We are so like reminiscing.
Oh, man. And I even, you know what, the sequel, like 30-something years later, it was really good, but nothing beats the original.
That's how it usually is in most films and books.
Anyway, all right, babe, let's get to it. I've got some questions to ask you here. So, Dawn, you and I have both seen how noisy online spaces can get lately. The constant opinions, the drama cycles, the pressure to respond to everything. I want to start with you today and ask you, how are you feeling about social media right now?
I really don't. I mean, social media was a good thing at one point, and right now in my life, it's useless.
It's all drama.
It's all drama. Yeah, it all is. But excuse me. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, anyways, what was I saying?
So we were talking about how are you feeling about social media right now?
Oh, yes. Back, when social media first started, I joined Facebook in 2008, and it was a blessing. You got to see people that you hadn't seen in years that maybe moved to other states, or now you're getting to see all the pictures of your family versus just like their school picture, you
Right,
know?
right.
So it was a great thing to have. But then once the emotions got into social media and it became an outlet for people, like almost a therapy session, that's when, you're compelled as a person to ask them what's going on.
It's a natural reaction.
Yeah, but then
Right,
you've got 800 of your friends doing the same thing, and how fucking overwhelming is that?
But why are they doing it?
Attention.
Well, why do they want the attention? Because it is the most profitable thing on the internet. Outrage sells.
Yes.
And all they're doing is monetizing outrage. And then when the outrage dies down, then a lot of these creators, they start making shit up to keep the outrage cycle going, because they get hooked on that money. And when they can't, when they start making less of that money they were initially making due to the outrage, then they're chasing that high again.
Yeah.
So they start to amp things up to try to reach that high again, and they'll never reach it again. Never, ever, ever. You'll never, ever reach that high again.
Yeah. I have a good example. The other day I posted on Facebook, I said heartbroken with little broken heart emoji. I said story of my life.
That's really sad, baby.
I know. And I put it out there, and I know probably 90% of the people thought I was talking about my kids, when actually I was just heartbroken over everything going on.
In general, with the outrage.
The outrage, my uncle is in the hospital right now. My aunt is in the hospital. We don't have a very good, strong family unit right now.
And they care more about posting outrage on Facebook than being there for your family.
And so I just said, I'm heartbroken. It breaks my heart to see this happening. And so you see how just one simple comment causes outrage when that comment was not meant to cause outrage. But people would like to fuel that fire and make it something that it's not.
And you know what? When you and I started watching Chris Cuomo last year on News Nation, he's been on there for 3 years. I didn't even know until last year. And you and I have been so busy. And we've always had News Nation on DirecTV and all that. But when we started watching Chris Cuomo, and then especially earlier this year when he started to mention the pod guys with the big headphones, right? He's talking about these outrage creating podcasters on YouTube, the largest platform that amplifies all this. And we're here too. We're not trying to amplify the bad stuff, but he's saying that, outrage sells, and a lot of the stuff these people say is not the truth, and they amplify this fake outrage because it's what's most profitable. And I'm like, when you and I heard Chris Cuomo say that for the first time, we were like, holy shit. Like, I think you were half asleep and it woke you up.
I sat up. I'm like, word.
like Dawn was tired, but when something hits Dawn, like Dawn is still listening in her sleep.
Well, it's not even that
if I'm watching TV, well, you were half sleeping, but when you heard him say that, you were like, whoa, wait a minute.
And I do that a lot because he'll come home and we'll watch our programs while we're eating dinner.
Right.
And then once that's done and I'm getting a little tired around 10 o'clock, I will lay down, but I'm not really sleeping yet. So I listen, and when, something does affect me, whether it's...
Boom!
Yeah. Whether even if it's just something funny he says, I'm just like, I'll start laughing. And, he doesn't even realize that I'm still listening.
You know why it's so interesting? And you know why I respect Chris Cuomo so much? He said this, but I'm going to say it too. He's the only one talking about it, and myself. Him and I are the only... He doesn't know who I am. I'm not big enough to reach the scope of Cuomo. Maybe one day, maybe this will hit him one day, and maybe I can get on News Nation and say, yeah, you're right. This is what I've been doing for years. Here's what's going on. I've ended up in court many times over this stuff on YouTube, over nonsense. I didn't do anything wrong. These people spin it that I did everything wrong. just to feed the outrage and keep the donations coming in, right? And again, Chris Cuomo stating that opened up the eyes of both you and I with so much clarity as to how to tackle this and how to turn it around.
Yeah.
You have to identify what's going on. You have to understand what's going on. And if you're going to try to be one of the few to try to bring back positivity to the internet, you better be ready for a long and crazy journey, because these outraged people are going to fight you on purpose to keep their cash cow alive.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're fueling outrage for money, and most of what they're putting out there is fake, but they don't care as long as their money keeps coming in. If you try to take their money away, even for the right reasons, they're going to fight you. They're going to fight you. And that's what's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
I agree. Maybe we should give Dusty a call.
Maybe. Cuomo's producer, executive producer, EP.
Yes.
He calls her my EP,
yes.
which is executive producer.
Okay.
Even they speak in short code, and they're Gen Xers.
Well, it becomes a lot easier in the working world to abbreviate. It's sorry.
It's just the way what's that?
I'm just having an issue right now.
What is wrong?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
I should be fine. It's just something right here.
Do you need to take a drink?
No, I just might need to do this.
Okay, let me turn off the camera for a second, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off the camera for a second. That's no problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You took your asthma medication.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do that online because she didn't want the video. And I don't blame her, because these people would exploit my woman. That was a smart high five. Let me turn on the camera. Okay, let me turn on the camera now. There's nothing wrong with what she did, but had we done that on camera, these people that have been coming at me on YouTube, especially the guy that I'm suing, right? He probably would have exploited that, or somebody would have exploited that for content in his network, right? I'm just assuming that. That's my opinion. That's not stating anything factual. I'm just saying that's what probably would have happened based on what they've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you wanted to go off camera for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel better now?
Yeah, I feel much better.
If you're ever having like an asthma attack or something, you just tell me, babe, can we turn off the camera for a second? And that's all good.
Okay.
Your health means way more to me than anything else. I can shut this show down anytime.
I know.
Even though in the past it might have appeared on some live streams that I cared more about the show, I didn't. I care about your health more than anything. Anyway.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do that.
All right. What's that?
Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Oh, baby, come on. Of course.
Okay,
no need to even thank me for that. That's just a given. But thank you for being kind. Let me ask you, babe, when you scroll through social media these days, what emotions do you notice most? Peace, pressure, or chaos? If you had to choose one, peace, pressure, or chaos?
I think it's a little bit of all of them.
But if you had to choose one out of the three that's more than the other?
Chaos.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because it's just all, like I've said, it's a circus. And, I don't have time for clowns and monkeys in my life.
It's a premeditated, orchestrated circus, because all these creators are trying to do is use chaos for content for dollars.
Yeah. What's more chaotic than a circus?
That's true. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Should we go on to the next one?
Let's go.
I love you. You're fantastic.
I love you.
Have you ever had to take a break from social media to protect your peace, babe?
I've never, let me restate, I see I'm having issues. Restate this.
Restate? No problem.
I did remove YouTube at one time.
Oh,
and
wow.
I needed to take that break. And that was kind of in a time when
you removed it for like 3 days.
Well, yeah, but I
then I put it back on your phone.
I needed a 3-day break.
Absolutely.
This is when the trolls were coming hard at me and really making me feel bad for certain situations, whether it was my health or my relationships with my family. They were just cruel. And so I had to turn it off. Now, I've never uninstalled Facebook or Insta because, quite honestly,
Your
on
family's
those,
on there.
well, my family's on there, and it's not as fucking dramatic.
Oh no, YouTube is the king of
Like
drama.
on Facebook, I'm seeing a lot of like posts from family that people are ill, or then they'll celebrate the birth of somebody or a wedding. I mean, it's all like a bunch of emotions there, but they're personal emotions. So
Right.
it doesn't feel chaotic.
Or as chaotic.
Yeah. And I just feel you can pick and choose a little bit better of whom you want to deal with, because you can always block somebody on Facebook. Yeah, they could fake a name or whatever, but more than likely, once you're blocked, you're not getting in there. With YouTube, you can get in there 100 times when you're blocked because you just create
It's
another
harder to
username.
make duplicate accounts on Facebook than Google and YouTube.
Yeah, so
Now,
I mean,
Google and YouTube, to be fair, is making it a lot harder, but people still find workarounds and they still troll you. You're right about that. Yeah.
So yeah, as far as taking a break, I had to from YouTube, but the other ones I've never had to take a break from.
Yeah, I've taken a few breaks over the years, sometimes a week or two, to just recharge. At this point right now, I mean, I don't see a break in the foreseeable future. Of course, we will take breaks at some point. You know, we're going to want to take a little mini
Like a
vacation or something
Day
like
or
that.
two off, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've taken breaks specifically because the outrage was just getting too much. And when you're dealing with what I like to call outrage overload, I mean, there was a time, I think it was about 5 years ago, where I had 2 major panic attacks. It almost felt like I was having a heart attack, but it wasn't. I couldn't breathe, or I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was breathing fine, but I realized I had a panic attack, 2 major panic attacks, because the outrage cycle of people that were coming at me. And again, this involves the same person we're in court. And I hate to keep mentioning it, but it's the truth. Oh, it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to step away for a week or two, and just recalibrate. And since that time, I've learned a lot more about what was going on. I didn't know as much about what was happening back then because I hadn't fully experienced it. But if we fast forward 5 years later to today, since my panic attacks, and all of the attacks on me on YouTube started over 6 years ago, between the last 6 and 8 years. But forward 5 years later from my panic attacks to today, I have a lot more clarity and understanding. And I really want to give back more to help people that are dealing with the same thing and hopefully prevent them from having panic attacks and experiencing the same things I did. And at the very least, have an organization here that's willing to support you and stand by you when you're going through this, so you know you're not alone. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Babe, what made you realize you needed to reset how you use your platforms?
I don't know exactly how to do that. I just basically unsubscribe to a lot of things so they don't show up on my feed.
That's more of a rhetorical question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Meaning that what made you realize you needed to reset how you use your platforms? Not reset the app.
Oh.
We're talking about reset your mind.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
I should be a little more
okay.
clear. Yeah.
So to reset my mind, I don't really have a reset button on my mind.
So you never reset. You just adjust. In other words, adjust. You adjust. You adjusted. Same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what made you realize you needed to adjust?
Because things don't always go my way, honestly. So you have to adjust and compromise. And
you realize that sometimes people will attack you on purpose, even if you've done nothing wrong, just to create more outrage for their audience.
Yes.
Right. Is that a fair statement?
Yes. It's for their own personal gain.
Correct. at your expense. And then you started to realize that I'm not going to give them that anymore. So
Oxygen is
it doesn't
cut
bother
off.
you anymore because now it's not a personal attack. It's them trying to get a reaction to make profit off of you.
And
right?
I just unplugged the life support.
Absolutely. Amen. See, there we go. God, I swear, I'm so proud of.
You know who it has a lot to do with that.
Absolutely.
Yes, my therapist.
Baby, I know, the people that have been following us for a while on YouTube know, and even the people that have been attacking us, they know.
And that's the problem is that there's so many people attacking that I can't even put her name out there for reference. I can't say this person is so fantastic. Reach out to her because these trolls are going to reach out and tell them how crazy I am or whatever.
Well, we're going to change that after this court case is handled at some point, hopefully at some point in 2026. And it may end up even going into 2027 because, right now it's on hold because the defendant has filed a motion to dismiss / anti-slap hearing. And that is on January 9th, 2026. And then when the case passes through that, then we start the actual case where he has to respond to the complaint. He'll have 20 days to respond to the complaint. And then we go into the cycle of the actual real part of the case, which could take anywhere from a year to a year and a half. So, wow. I mean, man, this is going to be... It's going to be a long, long ride, but well worth it. Well worth it for sanity. Well worth it to do the right thing, not only for myself, but my lady, but for everyone that's being affected.
For all the people out there.
Everyone that's being affected by this and is in a similar situation. You can learn from this. So, all right, next question.
Yeah.
Do you think, babe, people underestimate how much digital energy affects their real emotions?
Yes.
Okay, that's a great question, huh?
Yeah, it like we've said before, it can be very draining.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely draining. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like, oh, I gotta. You know what the worst one is?
What's that?
When it's your birthday, and everybody
go shorty. It's your birthday. Right?
Everybody. You kill me. But everybody sends you a birthday message and then you feel obligated to go back in and reply.
Right.
But it's like 75 birthday messages.
It's the known thing on Facebook on your birthday. Everyone sends you something and the rest of the year they don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the truth of the matter.
Yep.
That's okay.
I haven't heard from you in like 3 decades and now you say happy birthday.
But you send me a birthday wish on Facebook every year on my birthday or surrounding that date a few days before, a few days after, right?
Yep.
Like it starts sometimes it'll start like a week in advance and then it'll go for like a week after. But typically the first 2 days before and 2 days after you get hit pretty hard.
You'll get the notification that it's so-and-so's birthday. Yeah. And then when you click on that to post, then it'll also show you your future friends that have birthdays. I really don't know what's wrong with me. It's like things are getting stuck right here. Like almost like saliva,
Did you take your other?
I've taken all my meds. I took Wixella. Yeah. I don't know.
Are you okay?
I feel fine. It's just like when I start talking, I kind of lose my air content, I guess. I don't know. I'm fine.
Okay. Let me see here. I would have to agree that people underestimate how much digital energy affects their real emotions. I used to underestimate it. I don't anymore. I've seen how it's affected myself and it's affected you and other people around me. I've seen how it's affected other people just watching their presence on social media, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or wherever. I've seen how it's affected them. It's more apparent on YouTube because people do videos and you can see and hear their emotions. Live streams, even more so. Those are live and raw and on the fly more so. And yeah, I totally see how people have underestimated this in the past.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I think it's allergies, honestly.
Oh, it
I
could
feel
be.
like it might be a little post-nasal drip that gets caught.
Oh, do you need like the nasal?
I did the nasal spray this morning. I might
then
need
that
a pill.
it's probably breaking everything up.
Yeah.
You took your other.
I took my Flonase and I took my Wixella
hydroxyzine
and yeah, so
and Zofran.
it's probably just breaking everything up right now,
and
my ears itch really bad because I probably have bad allergies right now.
Okay, yeah, it's yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, when the rain starts to come, it blows things up.
Yeah,
it like puts it back into the air somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that sounded
it starts
stupid.
To clear things up, and part of that process,
like, actually brings it off the trees. I think more so than up from the ground.
And it comes up into the air, and the wind blows around more. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, it'll like after we get heavy into the rain season, it won't be a problem. All the pollen will be washed away, but it's just this right at the beginning where we're not getting heavy rain. We're just getting like light showers. So
right. Let me ask.
Don't mind me.
No worries. Babe, what small online habit makes you feel better instantly? Muting, unfollowing, or just logging off? If you had to choose one of those three.
Logging off.
Okay.
It's easier to log off than anything else. I don't see, it's almost like I like drama to a little extent, but it's almost like I just want to see what's going on. I want to see what's percolating in their coffee pots.
And you do it for the same reasons I do it. I agree with you because you want to see what other people are going through so we can see if we can help them resolve the situation.
Yes.
That's all it boils down to.
Yeah.
That's actually a good way to look at it because see, Don and I, we hate fake instigated social media, YouTube, Facebook drama, Reddit drama, whatever, right? We can't stand that. Okay? We enjoy watching Dick Wolf and Law and Order and all the dramas on TV because those are shows.
Oh, yeah.
We love that. But we cannot stand the fake instigated drama where creators are exploiting other creators and defaming them for dollars.
Yeah.
And then other creators exploiting the outrage of our government and making false statements or what do you call it, spreading misinformation or disinformation for dollars. If we see that, it's not that we can't log off or tune it out. It's we see it, we process it, we don't let it affect us or bother us. But we can tell that it's wrong. And if other people, if we feel other people need our help, we'll stand up for them.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
Yes.
Am I on the right track?
Yeah. Moving on.
I did something right. Babe, what's something positive you've seen online recently that gave you hope? Have you seen anything?
Not from YouTube. No.
Family stuff. You don't have to get into detail, but just say, in a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way, no, with YouTube, but yes, with the other one. The other platforms to me they're just not revolved around drama.
Or as much.
Yeah. It's a different kind of drama, I should say. Right? Wouldn't you say that? It's a different type of drama?
Absolutely.
Okay. Moving on.
All right. That was segment 1 with just an opening section there. Segment 2 is about building a healthier digital mindset. Now, babe, let's talk about what I like to call the positivity algorithm. It's not a secret piece of code. Rather, it's the mindset we create by choosing what to engage with, what to ignore, and what energy to amplify online, huh?
Yeah.
Does that make a lot of sense to you?
Yeah, and that's where I'm conflicted because I want to check out and see what's going on. But what does that do? That gives them a view, and that messes with the algorithm that tells them that there's one more person that's interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that, yeah, that's just, that's why I don't like doing it. But I just, sometimes you have to.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm doing whatever I can to amplify positivity and destroy negativity. That's a pretty bold statement and a tough challenge, but I'm never going to give up. So let me ask you, babe, do you believe the algorithm mirrors our behavior, or does it control it?
It controls it. It doesn't mirror our behavior at all, because our behavior is positivity.
Okay.
But then when we have negative people coming in, that messes with that algorithm. It puts it in a negative drama category versus a positive self-helping type of category.
Okay. I respect your opinion. I'm going to disagree here. I'm going to tell you why. I believe the algorithms mirror our behavior because, let's say on YouTube, for example, they want to feed you content that's going to keep you on the platform longer, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going to recommend you things that are going to keep you watching, right?
Yeah.
So whatever I go and seek out on YouTube, you've done it too. You seek out drama stuff, they're gonna give you all the drama stuff. You watch one person's drama content from that drama group of people, and guess what? Now you're getting recommended anyone that YouTube has seen an association with through that network, through those channels. You'll start getting all boom, 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 boom.
That is what I was kind of saying.
Okay. Yeah.
But I get where you're coming from.
I think you understand. What I'm saying is that I don't think the algorithms control our behavior. I think that they give us what we feed them.
Yes.
And so, like I've said this about ChatGPT, a lot of people, don't know how to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is only as good as what you feed it. You've got to give it the proper information and ask it the right questions. And sometimes it won't get it right the first time. You have to ask it again, double check, and it'll get it right eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But again, what you feed the social media sites is what they're going to recommend you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Plain and simple.
All right. Shall we continue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of posts or creators shift your energy in a good way?
Well, obviously positive quotes, positive stories, all of that.
You like Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, yeah, I do like Dr. Pimple Popper.
You love Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, but then you get all these other ones that are just
nowhere near at the level of Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, it's like,
right?
A person with these zits and then like their sister trying to dig them out of their face. And it's like, or it's the ones that are completely like disgustingly, like obscenely wrong. Like they're pushing on this mound and spaghetti comes out. Like, you know what? We all are not that stupid. But yeah, Dr. Pimple Popper, that's interesting because she's also educating.
Well, a good follow-up real quick is, how do you personally decide what's worth your attention online?
Definitely, first off, if it piques an interest, then possibly looking into their channel, seeing if what they are doing is actually what I was picking up on, I do that a lot, with people that come into our chat and I don't know them. I'll go to their channel. I'll check them out, see, if they've been primarily positive or just kind of neutral. They just do video games or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and I do kind of like check that out a lot, kind of vet the people that I'm going to be interacting with.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, for me, what I decide is worth my attention, it boils down to one thing very simply. I don't like people being taken advantage of. If I feel that someone is being attacked or taken advantage of in a wrongful or even unlawful way, I feel like stepping in and protecting them. I've always been that way. So the type of content that attracts me is, and I like different types of content, don't get me wrong, but the thing that gets my attention the most is when I feel people are being wronged, especially if I have dealt with a similar situation as they're currently going through and I can relate to it. That makes me more so want to help. Because the one thing that I can't stand more than anything in life is people taking advantage of other people in wrongful ways. And you shouldn't really take advantage of people at all. But if you're going to take advantage of someone, at least do it in a mutually respectful and appreciative way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
That's the way everybody should act, is in a respectful way.
Like if I say take advantage of the GNA willing to help you come here and, watch our streams, participate in our chats, I'm telling you to take advantage of the fact that we're offering this to help you.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
we're
proper
not
way to take
offering
advantage of something.
We're not offering it at a cost.
Right.
Now, we say we're going to do it free of charge, but donations are what keeps the GNA going. Right. So whatever.
And down the road, we may have some paid packages, but even when we get those, we're not forcing them upon people. We still want to help people.
Yeah, and those packages will be devoted to people who need a certain amount of time,
Yeah, something like that,
All right, next one.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Can you share a time when you consciously changed your feed and noticed a real difference in your mood? Oh, I can tell. I think I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
Well, if I change what I'm looking at, change the feeds, change anything, it totally changes my mood. Absolutely affects me 100%.
But a specific time, and I'm going to remind you because I helped you do this.
Mm-hmm.
You and I, about 6 to 8 months ago, we turned off tagging on YouTube.
Yes.
We turned off what's known as mentions on YouTube because we were getting spam tagged and spam harassed. We turned that off. That has made a huge difference. Now, at some point down the road, we may turn that back on, probably once this court case, where I'm the plaintiff, it gets, decided and resolved. But in the meantime, we've turned off tagging. We've also blocked all these people. We haven't just blocked them by hiding the user from our channel on YouTube. We've also gone in and Google blocked them. So wherever we go, let's say we go on someone else's live stream, and these people are trying to troll us, we can't even see them. Now, the other people can see them. The creator can see them, but we can't see them. What we don't see won't affect us at that point. Plus, it also tells YouTube we don't want anything to do with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't recommend us their shit, right? So everything that you and I have done over the last year, between the court system, between blocking people, turning off
notifications,
tagging through mentions, right? Taking down a lot of videos for copyright. All the stuff that we have done has cleared the lane, not completely, but I would say at this point right now, we are 90% better off than we were at this same point last year.
Yes, I agree.
And it's only going to get better in 2026, so stick around. Let's continue. Ready?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on toxic positivity when good vibes become dismissive instead of supportive? This is where people kind of try to reverse manipulate you and shit like that. So what are your thoughts on toxic positivity?
That's an oxymoron.
Okay.
That means no sense. Positivity cannot be toxic, and toxic cannot be positive.
That's true. But I think what it means here is that you have creators, again, such as the person that I've sued, for example, that will see us doing positive stuff. And I'm just saying he could potentially, and in the past he has spun my positivity into toxic positivity as a play on their audience, or maybe he actually feels that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's my take on toxic positivity is not about the actual positivity. It's about how the negative people that are creating the outrage and want to keep the outrage cycle going, how they're perceiving it, or even if they perceive it the right way, they amplify it the wrong way to their audience to keep the outrage and donations going, right? Do you see? That's what this all boils down to. Do you want to add anything else to that?
No, I sure don't.
Babe, how can we set boundaries online without feeling disconnected from our communities?
Shut your phone off.
Okay.
Plain and simple. Shut
I
it
agree.
off.
That's it.
You know, you have connections with your people.
Yeah.
You know the ones that are important. And if you have to shut your phone off, they're going to understand. It's the other ones that are going to be freaking outraged. They're the ones that are going to be like, I can't breathe without this.
Right.
Your family is going to understand. And they're going to have ways to get a hold of you other than freaking Facebook or social media. You know, it's just, it is what it is.
I could not agree with you anymore. I mean, that was well said. What's your advice to someone who wants to use social media without getting sucked into comparison or outrage? Because it's hard to teach someone new that doesn't go through what we've been through or what most creators go through. I think to a certain extent, you have to go through and experience it to figure it out. But we can at least nudge them in the right direction sooner than we figured it out, because we didn't have a source to tell us the right thing to do initially, right?
Well, I mean, I came in so naive, so green.
So vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Oh my God, you redefined the word vulnerable.
Because you know what? I had been on, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and everything. I have never experienced so much anger, malice, and just vile behavior from other humans. And I was, oh my God, was that eye-opening for me.
Oh my God, yeah.
I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know how to handle the drama and the anger and the evil.
And the outrage.
The
evil,
chaos. Everything. Because, yes, every person has individual chaoses in their life that they're dealing with. But it's so much more when you open your eyes to take on everybody else's chaos. Because that's not healthy. You have to shut that down and deal with your own circus.
Absolutely. All right, babe. Let's move on to segment 3 here, and then we're going to get to some of these Reddit postings. We are now at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Not bad. So segment 3 is about creators, community, and the new kindness culture. And we're trying to create that kindness culture here at the GNA.
Yes.
But it's not easy.
It's not. I find it difficult because people do react to people's version of positivity versus negativity. I do think that we put off a very positive outlook. We try to show the positives in the negatives, and how, staying positive can result in outcomes that will benefit you.
Right.
It's just, I don't know what more to say on that.
I think you said it quite well.
Yeah.
You said it quite well. I got nothing more to add to that. Let me ask you, how do you think creators can lead the way in making social media more uplifting?
First off, stick with it. Don't let these clowns kick you out.
Amen to that. Can I give you a big round of applause on that, baby?
I guess you can.
Big round of applause. Fantastic, baby. Please. Oh, you know what, baby? You know what? Just for some shits
just
and
for
giggles.
fun, right?
We are the original creators of the Truth Bomb.
Yep. I knew you were gonna do that.
Truth Bomb. Go ahead.
Okay, now where was I? Oh, I said the evil, bringing the evil in, right?
Yeah, I was asking you, how do you think creators can lead the way in making social media more uplifting?
Okay, yeah. So basically, you separate yourself. You realize you put yourself into a place where positivity is, and that will bring you further with what your purpose is.
You project positivity instead of negativity, and
yes,
and
when
what you put out, you get back.
it, yes, you'll get back positivity.
What you put out, you get back.
Right back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Amen. Shall we continue? I agree with you.
Let's go.
What do you think, babe, makes an online community truly positive? Rules, tone, or leadership? Which
leadership?
One? Okay, go ahead.
Leadership, you set the role of what's happening in your chat, where the direction of your show is going. And if that chat or something is wrong, you are the one to make changes. You're the one to say, okay, I'm giving you a warning. If you say something again, you're out of here. You know? So you have that control and leadership to run that show in the right way. The way that it's going to get across to everybody out there.
Right. And I completely agree with you. It is leadership. Leadership is absolutely the correct answer. And just to add or agree with what Don just said, look, when I run live streams on YouTube, that is my community. I am the leader, and I set the tone for the content that is created, the words that I say. And when Dawn does them, she helps me. We run it together. But when I'm on my own, it's about, I'm the leader. I set the tone. I set the rules on how I want the chat moderated by the moderators if it's a live stream, right? It's up to me if I want to keep it positive or not. And I've always had the intention of keeping it positive. Now, sometimes have I gone off on some negative tangents? Yes. And have I gotten better at that? Yes. But to be fair to myself, the only reason why I've ever had those negative rants is because I'm just tired of all the negativity and outrage that's not only affected me, but many others on the platform. Mm-hmm. And I've been upset because it's been so hard to get these platforms to take action on people that shouldn't even be on the platform. There are people, the person that I'm suing has been banned for life from YouTube on many channels. And he keeps coming back. He is circumventing a YouTube ban. And so that just says a lot right there. So, the only way sometimes you're going to get restitution is by going to court.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have no other choice, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm the leader, and I choose what happens. And if I want to ban someone, I ban someone. If I want to remove a moderator for not doing the right thing or going rogue, that's up to me.
It's like you are the captain. We are the soldiers. You're the coach. We're the team players.
I can keep it positive or make it negative.
Exactly.
I choose to keep it positive.
Yeah, it's your choice if you're going to take your team out there to be, dirty and malicious, or if you're going to take your team out there to strive to do the best that they can, because you know what? In the long run, it's always going to pay off. God sees people who try to help themselves.
Right. But see, for me, I always keep it positive. What upsets me is when you get the trolls coming in to try to turn your positive show into negativity because the positivity doesn't work for them.
But the great thing is we laugh at it now.
Now, again, we just ban them and we move on, or we might laugh at them. And a lot of the trolls, we actually know who they are.
Sometimes we even welcome them. Go ahead, troll us. What do you have to say?
At this point right now, I'm like, you need help. So I guess you're here for my help.
Yeah.
Whether you admit it or not, you keep coming back. So obviously you're getting something out of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue. Babe, have you ever experienced kindness online that felt unexpectedly powerful?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I've met two beautiful women,
Sandra and Tia,
on this platform, and they're amazing. They are
Absolutely.
amazing human beings.
I agree.
There is nothing fake about those two ladies.
You're absolutely right about that. They are incredible.
And they will be lifelong friends.
I think you and I can both agree that we have met amazing people. I've met a lot of amazing people on YouTube, and I hate to keep going back to this, but my only really, really super bad experience. I mean, I had another experience with another creator that did similar things to me as the creator that I'm currently in a lawsuit with. But that other creator has gone away, and he hasn't bothered me, and he's done his own thing. There's the person I'm in this lawsuit with. I keep bringing it up because he's been stuck on creating content on me to that same audience that wants content on me for years.
And as said, he's never going to stop.
He would have never stopped unless I took this action.
Mm-hmm. And he's still saying he's never going to stop. We'll see what the judge says.
Oh, it's true. That's already been filed with the court. I mean, even if you get an order on me, I'm never gonna stop. You can't silence. I'm not telling you to stop talking about me. I'm telling you to stop defaming my character.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. You can talk about me all you want.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you talk about me, besides defaming me, no one listens. People want you to defame me, right?
Yep.
I don't care if you insult me.
Which means, I'm sorry to interrupt, which means your community don't give no shit about you.
They don't.
Because I mean, seeing you go to jail for it is only like more drama, and it's juice.
Yeah.
It's blood flow.
But if you haven't noticed over the last week or so, he's been making postings, and they're not getting the traction they used to get. There are a lot of people have pulled away. You know why? Because they're seeing the docket and they're like, this is getting real. And if this case survives the motion to dismiss, aka anti-SLAPP hearing on January 9th, 2026, which it will, okay? Then we go into discovery. Then I can actually send discovery requests for anonymous people that are contributing to the defamation to have them reveal their information for court purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So he can call it doxing. It's not. That's what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these people realize that this is a real full-blown circuit civil case. And if they continue to participate and amplify his defamation, they're going to be implicated at some point, and they will, in essence, pretty much dox themselves legally by a court subpoena forcing them to.
Mm-hmm.
Or a subpoena to, find YouTube, get the YouTube IP address and then trace that back to their IP provider. I mean, we hope it doesn't get to that point. We're not looking to dox or harm anyone. But what I'm saying is, I have noticed that because of how well the filings have gone, and just this case being in existence alone, it's slowed it down. People are starting to realize, this is something I don't want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add to that?
I did want to go back to when you were talking about, relationships that you've made on YouTube or so that have been positive.
Okay.
Well, I spent a good part of a year being very good friends, thinking I found a good friend on YouTube. Later, to find out she was recording every conversation and screenshotting every message.
Well, you were communicating through Messenger.
Messenger
It automatically keeps the message recorded. What she did was she basically forwarded that to her now husband, and then he publicly exploited all that.
I'm not talking about that one.
Oh, you're talking about the other woman that you were friends with for a while.
Yes.
Right?
A good part of a year.
That was a woman that would talk with you by phone for 48 hours a day. It got really excessive to the point of where it was affecting our relationship. And I was never mad at you, but I was just saying, come on, this is getting a little bit too much. And then she got upset over that and held that against you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
right? And then she started going around talking shit about us. And then we have all this stuff on her, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have. Oh, honey.
We still have all that. Here's the thing, ma'am. You're going to be watching this.
I didn't say a word about everything I could say.
Here's the thing. We still have all the stuff that you told us about you personally. And we've taken the mature approach, unlike you, that put all that stuff out there because you felt slighted that I came to my lady and said, look, you talking with this woman online for 8 hours a day is taking, I don't care. You want to talk 1 or 2 or 3 hours? That's still a lot. But it was taking up all the time out of our relationship. Now she's in a marriage where, you know, she has a very nice husband and he's going through a lot of medical things. So it's probably affected their intimacy and other things. But still, just because she has a lot more free time because of that doesn't mean you have to give up your free time. You were giving her 2-3 hours a day. Even giving her 2-3 hours a day, that would not have really affected us. But 8 hours a day, it was just overwhelming.
That's what I was going to say. If 2 to 3 hours during the day, it would be like while you were working. So it wouldn't affect our time. But it was going into the fact that like she was in a different time zone. And, you know, I would get messages as early as, you know, 5:30 a.m. my time. And, you know, it's like, so that's how the day would just start and it would just be overwhelming. And she happened to have a job where she worked from home in front of the computer and she could talk all day. She could message all day.
And to this day, we don't wish her or anyone any harm.
Oh my God,
we don't wish anyone any harm.
I'm just using you as an example, hon.
A lot of these people that have been a part of the drama group, stemming back to the person that I'm suing. A lot of this stems back to this one person and the audience of my haters that he's built. Yeah. Right? It's like these people feel like we all owe them our life.
Yeah.
First of all, these people are not paying us anything, and we've already given them so much of our time, and that's not good enough. Let's move on before I really.
Yeah. No, I had something to say also to that one individual. With all that time that we invested in a friendship, I became very, very much attached to your family, including your kids. And I feel that what you did to your children was the most horrific, painful thing you could do to a child. You took somebody literally that was involved in family activities via the phone and took them from their life. Mm-hmm. When I started talking to her, her daughter like literally said, or she says, guess who I'm talking to? And she said, and her daughter goes, oh my God, Eli, the king of YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm hearing this stuff. Jeez. Yeah, I'm hearing this stuff. So I'm thinking, totally on our side.
I'm no fucking king of YouTube, I'll tell you that.
No, but it's cute when a child says something like that.
Yeah.
But it's obvious.
I remember when you first told me that, I'm like, come on, don't inflate my ego anymore. No, I don't let it get to me.
I mean, that's my point, is you brought your children into it. You didn't have to. And shame on you. Shame on you.
That's one of those cutesy moments, right, that you'll never forget. Yeah, I agree. Let's continue.
I don't forget anything, hon.
Absolutely, neither do I, babe. Especially bad shit we never forget.
When somebody wrongs me, I never forget. No, remember, I'm a Taurus.
People typically never forget the bad. They always forget the good, though. Why do you think negativity spreads faster than positivity, and how do we flip that, babe?
It spreads faster because it's coming from Satan. It's a disease. Like it's just something that floods and opens that gate of negativity and just pure evil. You know?
I think the reason why negativity spreads faster than positivity is because positivity is good. No one's going to argue. There's nothing to argue about positivity, but negativity, you can argue it all day, every day. Oh, yeah,
up, there's
down,
tons
left,
of debates.
Right. And you can call people out on their piss poor behavior. There's positivity requires much less analytical thought. Negativity, there's so much to analyze over it. Like
Yeah.
you can create so much more content off of negativity than positivity. That's
But
a
how
fact,
much
and
more
that's why-
energy does that take from you?
A lot,
A lot.
right? That's why people will go the negative route. There's a lot more to talk about negativity than positivity.
Hmm.
But that doesn't mean you should always talk about it or talk about it at all.
And isn't it funny how when we actually go out into the real world, how
Yeah.
nice people are and positive?
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
you just smile at somebody. It makes their day. They smile back at you.
Right.
You say good morning or hello. You know, that always I feel that just pumps up the good feelings, the positive feelings, just that warm feeling of just, we live in a world together and we all get along.
Absolutely.
But then they go home and sit behind their computer and they are a completely different person.
Absolutely. Let's move forward. We're at an hour and 40 minutes. We're only going to go over one of the 3 Reddit postings.
Are you done with questions?
Well, we've got a couple more questions.
Okay. Finish questions, then potty break, and then Reddit.
Okay. Why? Oh, did I just say that? Oh, yeah. Do you think it is possible for kindness to go viral? What would that look like, babe?
It would be amazing. And I do think it's possible.
We're going to focus on that in 2026 here at the GNA.
It's absolutely possible. I mean, honestly, anything is possible when you put your mind to it.
That's
you put your heart and your soul.
Could not have said it better myself. Yeah. Do you think it's, how can audiences support creators who are trying to keep things genuine and kind instead of dramatic? And that's what we're trying to figure out over here because people want the negativity all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think, the first thing is creating a repertoire with that person, and then it comes to that person goes, hey, check this guy out. He's really helped me, see the light or whatever. And then it's just, it goes like in the real world, it is who you know, and, word of mouth, all of that happens.
Uh-huh.
And that can create a swing into the right direction.
I would love to see that. Honestly, I have nothing more to add to what you said. I'm just going to add, I would love to see that. Word to your
mother.
Right. Last question, babe. If you could redesign one thing about social media tomorrow to make it healthier, what would it be?
I would get rid of Donald Trump and Elon Musk off the internet altogether.
I'm going to give you a big round of applause.
Yeah. Sorry, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Babe, that's pretty hard to argue. I can't even argue that.
Stop giving them any control over anything, and positivity will flow like water. Oh my gosh,
Trump is the king of outrage, and Elon Musk is the king of amplifying outrage on social media, on his Twitter X, because he wants to keep making money there to try to make back as much of his $44 billion that he paid to buy the company years ago.
So you want to kill some of that negativity? Take it out of the hands of the person who's negative.
Yeah, babe. I mean,
I mean, if you give a child a gun to play with, what do you expect? You're going to get somebody shot. You got to take the gun out of the kid's hands.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
Holy balls. I do have to say that all the time because people out there are
take it out of context.
Well, they're so sick in the head that they would take that out of context.
You know what? That's a truth bomb.
Bomb. Booyah.
All right. So Dawn is going to go and take her
final break
real quick. And then we're going to go over just one out of the 3 Reddit postings. We'll save the others for another time. I didn't expect the questions part of the show to go as long, but that's okay. They were well stated. So once again, to remind you folks, if you're listening to us throughout the audio-only podcast network, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, My Lady's Favorite, iHeartRadio, Amazon's Audible. Amazon has music and Audible. Fantastic. Also, YouTube's music. YouTube has YouTube and YouTube Music. YouTube is where the video version of our podcast is at. We'll share with you how to access that here in a second. And YouTube Music has the audio-only version if you prefer that. So if you're listening to us anywhere audio-only, you can go below in the description section about halfway down, and you'll see the link to the video version of this same exact podcast. It's just the same audio with just video. We actually rip the audio from the video recording. Very simple, right? When you click that link, you will be redirected to the main channel, our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. GNA is short for Genuine Networking Association. When you go there, please subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so you don't miss anything. Now, while you're there, within that video and description section, go below that description section a few lines down, and you will see the link to our secondary live streaming channel, which is called GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications after clicking that link. I go live there pretty regularly on Walking with Purpose streams. Sometimes sometimes Dawn joins me on the walks. Sometimes we do in-studio live streams, which are done similarly as the way this podcast is done, but it's just live instead of pre-recorded. Sometimes Dawn and I will do on the couch with Don and Eli mobile streams. Sometimes we'll do driving with purpose streams while we're driving. We've got a lot of great stuff that we do on YouTube. So if you're listening to us throughout the audio-only podcast network, make sure you connect with us on YouTube in the ways I just mentioned. And we're willing to help you and answer your questions. It's all free of charge. Now, we do accept donations, and down the road we will offer some paid aspects, but that's all optional. We answer your questions, reasonably, professionally, and completely during our live streams. So just attend our live streams and comment on our pre-recorded videos, including this podcast, and we will help you. All right. Dawn is heading back. We're at 1 hour and 47 minutes. Let's get her situated.
I think I'm situated, my boo.
Oh, good job, babe. I'll turn the camera back on. All right. We are back. So, I want to see which one of these
is the best one.
Is the best one to pick. Maybe next week we'll do these. Let me see here. Give me a second.
All right, Buster Brown.
Let's go with this one here. Let's go.
I
with
love
this one.
Buster Brown, just to make that a point. I love
All
my
right.
puppy.
All right. We have now switched over to the browser screen, and this posting is from the subreddit r/millennials. I knew she was going to laugh about that.
Holy balls. Okay.
Go fucking,
let's go.
Go fucking figure, huh?
Let's do it. Millennials.
Do you think I
Bring
did that
it.
intentionally? I did not. It was just one that I found.
Well, it's
ironic.
Ironic,
It's
coincidental, all of that, because that speaks to you. But that shows how algorithms work, people.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that show Numbers back in the day?
I probably did. I just don't recall it.
Yeah, it was like this college professor who literally could figure out algorithms by working them out on the whiteboard, but even in his head, he could figure out how algorithms work, with the math he was teaching.
Well, the algorithms now, 20 years later, 25, 30 years later, are much more sophisticated.
Stupid, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Everything is more sophisticated, obviously. I'm just saying that point in my life, I had never heard the word algorithm before and didn't know what it was all about.
Oh, I've been hearing that since the days of Facebook.
Well, this show was out before Facebook.
No, I know.
So I'm just saying, I'd never heard it in my life.
Algorithms have always existed. There was just never a need for the public to know about them until the digital world expanded into social media.
Yeah, the only one they really had was, rating, like the ratings on TV.
Right.
That was it.
Nielsen ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to track those ratings nowadays because everything goes over the internet for the most part.
Streaming.
Oh, you can track streaming easily because it's over the internet.
And that's what's saving a lot of this is because a lot of people can't watch multiple shows, okay?
Yeah.
You just can't. But when you have those streaming services, like I will knock out a whole season in one day.
Oh, absolutely.
And then that sets that algorithm that, this person is interested
she
so
wants
much.
To see more of this similar type of content. Yes.
And then they even ask you at the end of Netflix, did you like this?
Do you like it? Dislike, right?
Yeah, so they could recommend more things in that nature.
Absolutely. So the original poster's title is Social Media in 2025 is Worse Than Ever. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that just speaks for itself. Let me read this and we'll stop through a couple times and then we'll go more into it. I don't know if it's just me, but social media in 2025 feels completely different than it did 5 or 10 years ago. Agreed. We both agree, right?
Absolutely.
Everything
that's what Cuomo says.
Absolutely. Everything now seems more fake, more negative, and more controlled by algorithms than real connection or creativity. You're right. Going back to Chris Cuomo, like you said, outrage sells. Algorithms favor the outrage and they push down the other stuff.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his platform from, as coming together, even with our differences.
And I watch Chris Cuomo also on YouTube. His YouTube channel, I think, has about 500,000 subscribers or getting there. His channel is called the Chris Cuomo Project, and I'll tell you, he can be himself there. He has the F-bombs and all that because you can swear in the right context on YouTube. You can't do that on News Nation, really.
He's dropped a couple bombs.
He's dropped a couple of them on News Nation in the right context, but they News Nation loves Chris Cuomo.
He can almost do no wrong.
Here's the thing, I love all the journalists on News Nation. But let's be real. Chris Cuomo
runs that,
makes News Nation viable.
Mm-hmm.
If Chris Cuomo is fired from News Nation, in my opinion, News Nation is out of business.
Why do you think he has a 5 o'clock slot?
Of course, he has a prime spot.
He has a prime spot.
Well, it's technically the 8 o'clock slot because they're in New York.
Yes.
It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, the live show, but it replays every 3 hours after that. So there's an 8 p.m. replay on the West Coast as well,
mm-hmm.
right? But yes, the prime spot when it comes to news journalism is 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then the replay at 8 p.m. for both, which gives people on the West Coast that are working the opportunity to watch the show pre-recorded.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific instead of 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
We like to watch it live when we can. A lot of times we DVR it because
we don't like commercials.
Well, not only that, but it's also the fact that I'm typically walking during that time.
Yeah.
Right?
And it also gives us the ability to scrub through it to see what is going to be important for us to hear about.
Sometimes if he's talking about certain things that we don't have an interest on, we'll scrub through it.
Yeah, or something that he's been covering for several days, and there's really no change. Then, okay, I don't need to hear that story again.
I don't need to hear the Hamas Islamic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear any of that stuff over and over again. We know there are issues.
Yeah.
Those need to be handled. We have far bigger issues here at home in the U.S.
Yes.
Than the other countries. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't help them or
it's
try to
very
resolve
important, yes.
But how much do you need to talk about that?
But does it consume 5 days of news?
No. And the thing is, I'm more concerned about are the Affordable Care Act, the ACA credits, going to be approved? And is the government shut down? Is the government going to reopen? And as of the time we're recording this, there's still in a shutdown, but who knows? Maybe by the time that this gets released, they'll reopen. Who knows?
Who knows? And with this last election and it favoring Democrats, I don't know.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen.
This gets good. Listen to this. Many social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube are incredibly addictive. Of course, that's the point. They flood your brain with endless low-quality content, Cocomelon, skibidi toilet, AI-generated art, Italian brain rot characters, dumb TikTok skits. It honestly feels like it's rotting people's minds. I worry about Gen Z and Gen Alpha growing up with this stuff. It feels like it could mess with how their brains work, like hallucinations or confusion. You're a millennial and you've grown up with this, and it's affecting you too. I'm Gen X, so is my lady, and it affects us too.
Yeah.
So I get it. Maybe you're one of the millennials on the half of the side that is not entitled.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable. I respect that. But
yes,
it's
but
everybody.
I will say that I feel pretty confident it's not really going to affect the alpha generation. I think it's going to get through. The millennials have set this, and it's up to Gen Z to.
It's up to all of us, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. We can make the change now that the alpha generation, which is what now, 12, 13, I think, that they can grow up with. They've already got smartphones. They're already seeing the outrage. They're seeing everything, right? If the outrage continues, they're going to grow up with it. It's going to be no change.
Yeah, and that's
right?
up to you parents on when you expose your children to social media and the internet.
I think it's up to everybody.
Yes.
I think parents are a big part of it, but kids can always find a bypass. I think it's about each individual creator accepting responsibility for their actions and trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
Create better, more positive, more genuine content, not the fake outrage or intentional outrage or shit like that.
Yeah, I really like one of the sites I became aware about through one of my shows, and it's the Ninja Kids.
Oh.
And they're a group of, I think, 5 kids that are really into like ninja training. And so they do they have a YouTube channel, and they put out positive ways, to inspire children to get into like parkour, get into sports that keep them out of trouble. And so it's a very positive, and this is not coming from kids or teenagers. Mm-hmm. These are like 8-year-old children. And it's like, if you could see 8-year-olds right now, that's why I'm saying I'm not worried about alpha as much.
Okay. Now listen to this. Let's go back to the browser source. Okay. I was born in 1996, right at the end of the millennial generation.
So my daughter was 95.
Okay. I feel like I'm smarter than what the internet is offering now. You sound like it. They sound smarter than what the internet is offering now. Using social media these days just feels boring and empty.
It's just a matter of scroll,
it's the same old shit. It's just over and over and over. And we're trying to provide something new and valuable here that's positive and productive, and we're getting crushed by outrage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get that new, content that you're seeking in a more positive way, because the outrage is not allowing us to be recommended to you. Right, babe?
Yes.
Nothing feels truly new or meaningful anymore. I miss the old internet where it felt more creative and more human. I agree. Yes. That's what I want to bring back.
Yes. I want YouTube to be like it was in the beginning, where we saw
with cat videos.
Well, the cat videos and the David went to the dentist, those fun ones.
You're talking about the family vlogs.
Yes, that are just fun. Not the ones that obviously have gotten out of control.
The ones that exploit the kids and all
But
that,
no, I'm
right?
talking about people genuinely just having their life. And I mean, David went to the dentist, like totally went viral and was so funny and cute. Like, I mean,
I don't remember David went to the dentist. It's probably still out there.
Yeah, he was a younger, like a child, like 6 or 7, and he went and he had laughing gas. And the effects.
When you're younger,
yes,
they use the gas instead of using the anesthetic, the shot.
Yes, right? And he was totally high, and it was hysterical, like the things that he was asking, and like his siblings were like dying laughing, but yeah, no, it was a fun video, and it's like that's what I want to see. I don't want to see all this outrage. I don't want to see political outrage. I can watch the news for that.
You know, it's funny. I shared this before, but it's been a while, and I don't know if you remember it. I don't remember if I even told you, but back in my younger days, my dentist his name was Dr. Z, Z-E-E. He was an Asian dude. He was a cool dude, a great dentist. But I'd go in his office, and he, when you're younger, like a child dentist, they'll use, I don't know if they still do it to this day. They might use anesthetic on kids, but they were using gas back in those days on
nitrous
kids.
oxide.
Nitrous oxide, yes.
Not gasoline.
No, people know what I'm talking about, the dentist. There are different types of gases, right? So I'd go into Dr. Z's office, and he would put the gas mask on, right? And he would play like light rock music. We have this station here in the Bay Area called 96.5 FM KOIT Coit. Light rock, less talk is what the motto is. Still around today, right? And they would play some Lionel Richie songs from the days. Why I'm easy, right? So I'm sitting there. Lionel. Listen, I'm sitting there. I've got this gas on me, and it starts to really hit me. And I'm looking at the ceiling, and he had those, those like foam tiles that are in squares, right? So I'm listening to Lionel Richie with the gas. Why I'm easy, and I feel like I'm spinning. Like I'm looking up, and the tiles are literally spinning.
It's like you have.
I'm easy like Sunday morning. I'm listening to Lionel while this is happening, and I'm like, this is weird, man.
It was like there were mobiles hanging from the ceiling, and
that shit would make you loopy, man. I'll tell you,
especially on a child. Now, when I had my oral surgery this last time, I had the anesthetic, but I also had
the gas,
nitrous
oxide.
And they literally, now they just put it right, like a cannula into your nose and like hold it.
They used to put a full
mask.
One of those masks, like
an oxygen mask,
right? Like you wear on planes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was full blown, and they.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
go ahead.
I would prefer that. I mean, they did offer to put me under anesthesia, but no, that wasn't necessary. In fact, I didn't feel a thing.
Okay. Let me get back to the browser screen here. To be honest, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in my life anymore. Oh, come on.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's not a reason to, come on. Don't be ridiculous here.
Cop out.
Well, I don't know what to do with my life anymore because social media is all outrageous and it's not real anymore. Well, what about real people in the real world? Are these people dependent on social media as their form of socialization?
My brother does not have one thing of social media on his phone or his laptop. He is so connected to the world and the people and his job. And what's positive in his life is church, everything, his kids.
Church.
That's
one of your favorite phrases, church.
Take me to church.
When you say church, it's true. It's
amen.
Amen to that, right?
Yes.
Let's continue. I live alone and have Klippel-Feil syndrome, F-E-I-L, I don't know what that is, and osteoporosis. I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm hard of hearing and use hearing aids. Okay, so that's why he's dependent on social media, because he's hard of hearing. He's got a lot of these
medical conditions,
these medical conditions going on, and it's affecting him being in the real world. Okay, I get that. My parents live out in the farmhouse, and I stay at home most of the time by myself. Okay, so you're feeling lonely, depressed, isolated, right? Someone like him, we could help.
Yes.
I would befriend this person, and I would tell you this: they would probably end up being a co-host on our podcast or our shows. You know why? Because this is someone that could make a difference, and we can make a difference in their lives.
Absolutely,
It would work both ways. TLDR, social media in 2025 feels fake, addictive, and mentally draining. I miss when the internet felt fun, creative, and real. I'm a millennial born in 1996, and I feel disconnected from what online life has become. I agree. This was well written. I understand why he said the stuff he said. He's feeling lonely, and he wants the realness to come back.
Yeah.
And because of his conditions, when you're hard of hearing and stuff, it's probably much harder to socialize, because if you can't hear people and you're not able to respond to them, they're gonna think there's something wrong, and it makes it more frustrating
for the other people. And so you feel like, oh, what's the point of me going out? I get it.
Yeah, and you know what? There's really. I'm looking at the comments here. I'm not even going to read any, because this posting speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I don't.
Don't entertain people's stupid reactions.
Yeah, because I want to give credit. We're going back to full screen now. We're going to start wrapping this up. It's we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes. I really enjoyed the show today, and quite frankly, I'm always worried about not having enough material, and I end up having too much material for us. Better to have more than not enough, right?
Well, yeah, but I think you should know us by now, because even just us sitting down and having a conversation can go for 2 to 3 hours.
Of course, we can always improvise on the fly, and that's what we do. Okay, your name is first, and this is the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. I love you, and I give you all the credit. But let's be real. I'm the EP here. I'm the executive producer.
Would never want to take that away.
Baby,
it's a lot of work. That's why.
We could be co-executive producers, but honestly, I'm producing this show while we're doing it, the tech side as well.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that. I'm here just to sit here and look pretty and answer questions.
No, you're the intelligent one. I run the tech. You're the
voice of reason.
The voice of reason. Amen. Better way to put it. All right, babe. Any final thoughts?
No, I think this was great, enlightening.
It's all been said and done.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, every week he comes up with these great topics, and I know that kind of all relate to each other, but that's the point. We're trying to get that across, that all of these little things we talk about all come together, and how we can make that change, and just be positive. If you watch our walking streams right now, we're constantly putting out positivity. We are discussing really good current events. And every night I try to end with something positive, right, to end for our community, our guests in our chat, and just a little good faith for everybody. Please check us out.
Check us out.
Check us out.
All right. Baby, that was well said.
I know.
So, my final thoughts, and I'm just going to close it off with this. Based on everything we talked about, and including that Reddit posting we got to, babe, there's a growing hunger for calm, truth, and connection. Despite all the noise. And outsmarting the chaos isn't about pretending the chaos doesn't exist. It's about choosing not to feed it. So wherever you are listening, remember, you control what you consume. You control what you create. And your peace is worth protecting.
With that being said,
it's now time to start what, baby?
Wrapping
things
up.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. I had that too loud to start off, but we can always fix it. All right, it's time now to start wrapping things up. All right, great show. You've been listening to the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. This was episode number 34, and the topic was outsmarting the chaos, the positivity algorithm. Outsmarting the chaos, the positivity algorithm. So let's remind people one more time, if you are listening to us on the audio-only podcast networks such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your very favorite baby.
iHeartRadio.
One more time.
iHeartRadio.
And third time as always.
And it's iHeartRadio again.
Loves iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio is her favorite. Also, we're on Amazon's Audible. We're also on YouTube's Music. And even the many of the rest of the not as well-known audio-only podcast networks. Do a Google search for Don and Eli Take on the World podcast, and then you will find us there. You'll typically see iHeartRadio at the top, and then Apple below that. Might be a little different, through your search. But yeah, if you're listening there, go to the description section of wherever you're listening to us audio only. You'll see the link to the video version of this podcast, which links you back to our main channel, GNA Genuine Personal Development. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so you don't miss anything. Then go below that description and look for the link to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, where we go live regularly. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, baby, be what? Be good to each other.